Hello everybody, TFBook 2006 here, back at you with another video. In this video, I am going to be reviewing my modified Rockoh T3. So I have done a review on the original set, but that's the only one that I will be doing a review on the original set of. I might be able to do one on the jet tracks, because I'm getting that for my birthday. I do have an Axelara, just sitting up there. I do have one, but I've modified that quite heavily, and it's probably going to be hard to get rid of all the modifications. And the pilot was missing his mask, and it was missing a couple of Technic beams, so I can't review the original set unless I do it at my friend's house. My friend basically has an original one. Some of the parts are missing, so some of them are substitutes. But if you do want that, just tell me. Oi mate, could you do that at your friend's house? Which I should be able to do this Wednesday. Oh wait, no, I won't be able to do it this Wednesday because he's got it packed away because he's redoing his room. So that might take a while, okay? But anyway, on to the task at hand. This here is my modified Rockoh. It is based, so it's basically the original set with little bits of gap filler and little extra details. So one of the first extra details is this little engine in there, which I think is quite a cute little detail, you know, because it makes sense that the engine is there, because it's kind of in the middle of the craft, you know. I think it makes sense for it to be there, you know, because it couldn't really fit in the back of the craft, even though it probably makes a bit more sense since that's where all the boosters and bits are. But yeah, so we're going to take a look at the vehicle first, then the pilot. Because you've actually already seen the pilot. He has been slightly modified since, but you've already seen him in the original review. But so now at the top, this part here was quite gappy. It still has a little bit of gap, but most of it's filled in. And I tried to keep the colour blocking relatively the same because you have this little bit of grey here. Then you have this. I like this little bit of black just being there because it kind of matches this bit. I've used some bits there to cover up the blue Technic axle because it wasn't particularly very appealing. Then another modification that I've done is, sorry about the finger, is here. I've added some ruchy legs. I've also filled in a bit there. Like on the kind of dashboard bit, I filled in those big gaps with some system assemblies. Then I've also filled these bits in with some of these pieces. I think they're from Elec. Don't worry. There is a ball joint in the assembly, but I'm not using it as a joint, so it shouldn't break. And these things have lasted. Have still lasted. They're still fine. Don't even know if there's any cracks in them. Which I don't think there are actually. I can't see any. So that's a good thing, because 2007 line joints are very notorious for being able to break very easily. But yeah, so that's about most of the modifications that I've made to it. And now we're going to take a look at this guy here. Now, of course, I do still have his hat. And I am actually going to put it on him. You know what? I will show you him with his hat, but we'll review him first with the helmet that comes in the set. So, for the kind of aesthetics, I kept the proportions the same just because I like the way it looks. You know, his overly long arms and his short legs. I don't know, I quite like it. It's quite unique. Then I gave him this chest plate, just to fill it out. And, sorry. This piece here, the part with Sorry, the part of the shoulders was actually silver in the original set. I replaced it with a grey one from one of the levers. Because I did have one from the XLR. It was just missing the mask. And I also got a separate 2008 just Fantoka one that I've modified and put on there. So yeah, that might be my next review, I'm not sure. But yeah, he's got this nice chest plate, he's got this little heart knight, he's got this gold sheriff's badge. Looks a bit like a poncho, the piece, which was kind of unintentional, but I do like the way it looks. He also has these little pegs on his hips, which are hip holsters for his shotgun, which, due to his Sheriff Pohatu nature, because that's what I call him now, I imagine him sounding like he's from, probably Texas, I reckon. He's from Texas. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, partner. You are under arrest. I'll have him be, and so my friend's gonna be doing the stop motion series of all of the characters. Of course, we're gonna be working on it collaboratively. We've just kind of started on ideas for the episodes. We've come up with an overall kind of plan for the story, but we won't tell you that because we don't want to spoil it for you. So, but yeah. Now, his hat. Oh, another little thing. His waist has a little bit of filling in. There's a bit of system, and there's a Technic piece in there. And now for the hat. You're going to give him a hat. You're gonna take off the kind of vehicle visor piece. Put on the mask. And put on his funny little KKK hat. Haha, funny. And put on his sheriff's hat. And there you go. Yeah. He looks epic, doesn't he? Yeah. There you go. Anyway, let's put him on the vehicle. So on the vehicle, I like him to have his alternate option of headgear, which is pretty easy to put on, and holster it on his hip. You see, there's an open peg there, and it just goes onto the hip like that. So, by the way, sorry, I do need to get a slightly higher camera stand. I'm just using an ice cream box and my old tablet at the moment. I really need to charge my old tablet, so I've been looking through old images of my mocks. Yeah. I did actually use a different camera stand on my old videos on my old channel. I think I mentioned that in one of my previous videos. Yeah. There he is on the vehicle. Looks pretty nice. And one thing, I did have to take the rubber bands off him. But I think the Jet Tracks has extra ones. So, because I had to put them on the XLR because the XLR was missing too. So I should be able to, give back the rubber bands, because I don't reckon the Jet Tracks actually uses 6 of them. because I have looked through the parts, because we need to see which bits are missing and which aren't, and which bits aren't. But yeah. Yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, it's about it, you know. Yeah. I swear I was talking about something. Sorry, my mind just drifted off. Oh yeah, I was talking about the play features, wasn't I? Sorry. Yeah, so the play features still work, you know. Still got the blaster in there, you know. If I can still see. Hopefully you saw that. So there are actually 6 of these, but it shoots out these silver balls. I think they're supposed to be like protodermis or something. I don't know. Yeah. Now there is actually kind of a story for this in the show. So I will explain. I think it's going to be called the Powerbot Show. And basically, all of the 2008, or all of the vehicle sets, are supposed to be like police craft, or they're just vehicles in general. But the 2008 ones are police craft. So because my friend has an Axelara, we probably are eventually going to film a scene with both of them, which would be so cool and so fun. Yeah. And of course, I'll have all 3 of the 2000, or all 3 of the main 2008 vehicles. I think there are 3 other ones, but I don't really want the turret, I don't really want Voltraz, and I don't really want Torignica, you know. And so yeah, that's about it for him. And yeah, so that's about it for the craft. But Sheriff Pohatu is just a sheriff character who's going to appear in it. He might have a major role. I'd quite like him too, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.